but this is one where you'll adjust your speed. And it also gives you the status of what's on at the moment. This is a screen that you'll have up here most of the time. This is where you do your start and your stop. Jog run function is here. Start feed, that's for the fillers. Yeah. Okay. When you're in jog, if you don't have that on, you just jog the machine, the film will not advance.
Okay.
Which for some things is okay, but most of the time you really want the film going with you, otherwise you'll end up hitting those, sealing too many times on it, and if you get that too hot when it comes down in here into the knife area, you have a tendency to jam there. But it has that ability to turn the feed roll off. Start button, drive stop, same thing as this button here. And I believe there's another one out there on the machine.
Okay.
Drive stop status. This will show you what you stopped for, whether it was your failure back here, your no bag eye, and it'll tell you what doors are open. Right now, there is a bypass
for the doors.
Yeah, but it only bypasses these two at the moment.
Okay.
And that's a programmed thing, and I can change that if you want it.
Okay.
But for the moment, it will only bypass those two. So if any other door is open, the machine will not run. And if you open it while the machine is running,
it'll kill.
Yeah.
Just like our other stuff.
Right.
Are those the only two that you really need to set a machine up?
Yeah.
Like some of
pretty
them,
much.
You gotta have a door open to set stuff up when you really want to make it go.
That's this one.
Okay.
And we just decided to go with that one as well, because it's just a little bit easier getting in there. So, yeah, right now you can have this, or that one, or both of them. But none of the other ones. And if somebody broke the key off in there, we'll probably replace that before it goes. But if you turn it off, then every door has to be shut. So if you don't want your operators being able to go in there at all while the machine's running, turn that off, take the key out, and we will replace that.
Okay.
Filler control. Just kind of arrow down through it. You've got the different modes for your agitator, continuous or automatic. Automatic means your agitator is going to stop when the machine's not running.
Yeah, which is what we'll run with now almost all the time. And you just go to run when you're, and it'll run with the machine.
Right.
Empty, you're going to empty it's going to turn on and run and empty what's in it.
Yep. And it'll just keep running until you turn it off.
Okay.
Yep. This thing had an automatic edge guide thing set up back here. Yeah. It doesn't work. So we kind of ignore that.
We've got them on our baggers too, and unless you're using, your seal's too small, so it's really touchy, you're better off just to leave it off.
Yeah.
This one, once you set it there, it's really not going to move much, is it?
No, it won't. And you can take care of most of it with the
fine tune.
Yeah. But now if we go into this page, now this one has a little bit more. It's where you turn your registration on or off.
Yep.
Right now, since we don't have it, we don't worry about it.
Yep.
Feed roll jog. That's a nice handy one when you're trying to string film through, as you saw earlier.
Yep.
This is where you set your pouch size. And it's all done in counts. And I haven't figured out exactly what these counts translate to as far as coming up with a ratio or anything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a guess.
Play with it so you get it where you want it.
But if we're going to be down, well, 3, so we're going to be looking at probably 1,200 counts or so. That puts us roughly there. So there, we'd probably be in the range of about 4 inches. So let's go 1050. Now we're probably at about 3.5, roughly in there, and that'll be a place to start. Once you do that, hit the little button to update.
Okay. Yeah.
Since we're not really doing registration, that other one doesn't matter so much, but I just do them both anyway.
Yeah.
So that should get us pretty close to our bag size, and then we'll adjust it from there. But where you can turn off your individual heaters.
Yeah.
We're not
using this one, the bottom. So it's on low, but you could just shut it off, right?
Yeah, if you do that, it's off. Yeah. The 2 side seals. How fast are you wanting to run this thing?
Well, on those cheese pouches, we were looking at trying to go up in that 120 to 140 somewhere.
Okay. So you're definitely going to want to run both side seals. Because a lot of times at that speed, one time hitting them doesn't give enough to give a seal, and that's why we go with the 2.
Okay.
You kind of heat it up first, and then you go and hit it again. And
so if you go down to a 70, 80 a minute, you only need 1?
Yeah. And right now we're not using the top seal. Just bags take up less space in the trash bag if they're not filled with air. Over here to the web failure. You have your ability to turn it on or off. On most of our machines, if you turn that web failure off, we'll only allow you to run 3 cycles. This machine, it'll run forever. I can put in that counter, but we don't have one in there at the moment. But yeah, if you turn that off, it won't stop for anything. Probably not a good thing.
Right.
Vacuum pick off, air jet, and your pouch formers. The pouch formers are the ones that blow the air in to help open them up before the buckets go in.
Is there just more than the one, or is it just that one?
Just that one.
Okay.
And here's where you turn them on or off. Let's see. Okay. This is your level control for your product. Haven't really tested all of this out. I do know that that one that's just kind of hanging there, it does work. Because if we put it on a surface, it'll read that, and it'll fire a valve down there, which would open up your valve up top to let product come through. So, bag cleaner, that's the little duster motor.
Dust motor? Okay. If you hooked it in,
yeah, we don't have it.
Check wear. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Cycle status just gives you how many you've produced, what your position is, how many bags a minute you're running. Here's where you set all your on and off times. So like your fillers, you're going to start filling at 180 and they should be done by 300. But since those are servo feed, that stop point really doesn't matter a whole lot because it's just going to go off your start and it's going to index until it's done.
And then, like I said, to set your how many revolutions on the auger, the difference. I didn't see anything on this screen.
In here somewhere. did I get that?
This is just
It's status, yeah.
It's got to be on that filler screen someplace to get to something, but nothing else. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So I touched load and it turned green. So I need to turn that off. Oh, that's a single cycle?
I'm not 100% sure. It may be that you need to enter in your counts.
There we go.
And then hit that, and then that'll tell it how much you're doing.
Yeah. There you go.
Which is going to be fun again because it's in counts rather than revolutions.
You're just going to have to do it and weigh them and get your...
But it did work fairly well. It is real accurate as far as holding the weights. I mean, we were running rice through there before, and it did real good on that. I think on the rice we were like plus or minus 2 grams, I think. So that's good. Let's see. That's when the web roll actually starts to feed, which now that we're going with a shorter bag, we may have to play with that a little bit, but we'll see. Your seal bar is open. I added in a little text under there, position stop. That's kind of where you want the machine to stop, so that your seal bars are open when you stop, so you're not burning up your film.
Okay. And that's what it wasn't doing. The drive was not stopping where it was supposed to.
Yeah. And that's very much dependent on how fast you're running too. Because at 115, 120, those are good numbers. Right. But if I slow back down to 85, they're not good numbers anymore. So. Vacuum pickoff, obviously, for the vacuum down there at the pickoff area. This is when you're actually looking for a bag to be present, as sensed by that sensor, so that it knows there's something there, so it knows it didn't jam up. These are your air jets again. That air jet is the one that actually, right here, that pumps up the bag a little bit. The other ones are to help get the buckets in. And this machine at one point in time had a cartoner attached to it.
Okay.
But I feel free to punch around on the screen for a little bit while I go take this call and be right back.
Okay, well that's 15 minutes worth of video.